going on, beautiful people, and welcome back to Piece of Happiness 101. And today we have another phenomenal video for you guys. For those of you who are already part of this community, welcome back. And if you are new around, on this channel we talk about relationship advice. If this is something that you're into, be sure to subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more to show you. On that note, today's question is actually a very delicate one. Are you in a toxic relationship with yourself? I want you to take time to answer that. Are you in a toxic relationship with yourself? For the many time I've heard people complaining over the fact that they've dated somebody really toxic, what they miss to realize is that it takes two people to entertain a toxic relationship. If you happen to find out that the person is toxic, but you decided to stay, what is that saying exactly about you? It also means that you are toxic yourself. But at the same time, no toxic person would feel comfortable calling themselves toxic. The one thing about being toxic is that even if sometimes you'll find people bragging about how toxic they are, nobody really know how toxic they really are. They don't really know how this is affecting their lives and how this is affecting them as a whole. The one thing we have to remember about anybody who's a toxic person, they'll always be struggling mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. Despite the fact they don't wear it on the outside, they will always be dealing with those situations. Let's talk about the relationship that you're in right now. Are you mentally safe, emotionally safe, or physically safe to be in that relationship? Do you think that the relationship that you're in, is it toxic? Is it medium toxic, hard toxic, or small toxic? You see, that was a tricky question because toxic is toxic no matter what the level of toxin is. And for you to be able to accept a certain level of toxic from somebody else, that also means that you're toxic yourself. Better yet, let's talk about your last relationship. Was your last relationship toxic? When you got out of that relationship, what did you do before getting yourself into this new relationship? As I always talk about, did you give yourself time to heal? Did you find ways to understand what the problem was from your last relationship? Did you fix things with yourself before getting yourself in this new relationship? Or are you finding yourself being in more toxic relationships every day? It's like every time you happen to date somebody, they are always toxic. Why is that? Do you crave toxic? Are you the type of person who's always trying to find ways to be in some toxic situations? Is the relationship that you're in right now is a good relationship because it's toxic? And questions like that will help you understand that you are as toxic as the people that you've been calling toxic. You haven't been able to get out of the relationship that you're in is because you like what the relationship that you're in is offering. You like the trouble. You like the trauma. You like the drama. Have you ever find yourself craving those type of things? Have you ever find yourself craving him cheating on you? Have you ever find yourself thinking things that you're not supposed to be thinking just because this is how you want your relationship to be? Are you always thinking about some negative things just to think about what your reaction to be towards those things? If so, you might actually be just as toxic as all the relationships that you've been in. And as much as a lot of people love the spontaneous ways when it comes to toxic relationship, you have to admit and understand further down the road that this toxic relationship will be the end of you. Anytime we use the term toxic, it means that it needs to be rejected, not keeping into our lives. And by you entertaining that toxic lifestyle, you come to realize that further down the road, you did not do anything good when it comes to positive energy. By you welcoming that toxic relationship, by you entertaining that toxic relationship, you come to realize that, yo, I was the problem the entire time, but I never actually thought about it. And the reason why you never thought about it is because you didn't know that you were toxic. You didn't know and realize by you dating those type of people again and again, you were also building some type of tolerance for toxic partners. You keep dating the same people over and over. Little by little, there's gonna be a piece of that person that's gonna stay with you. Little by little, there's gonna be a piece of that toxic behavior that's gonna be part of you. You might not understand it now. You might not see it now. There's gonna be that one person who's probably gonna be a little bit different than what you usually date. That's when you're gonna realize that why is not doing such and such. Why she's not doing such and such. Now your insecurity is going to start kicking in because nobody ever treated you the way that this new person is treating you. The reason why it seems a little bit strange is because you've never been in that position where your relationship wasn't toxic or where the other person was a toxic. And that's a problem. If by somebody treating you better is a problem, you then realize that you are in a toxic relationship with yourself. You then realize that, yo, I left my original self behind a long time ago. And that's when you're gonna need to go back to the first time that you started dating. The things that you would never let fly at the beginning, for some reason you're allowing people to do them to you over and over again. For some reason you don't even think about it. For some reason you put everything in balance. For some reason, you start comparing level of toxic people just because you are toxic yourself. And this is one of the things that a lot of people don't even pay attention to because we'll get in relationships without even consulting ourselves. Because people will get in relationships without really thinking about the things that they needed to change before getting themselves into the next relationship. And by that, you keep building that pattern. And by you dating the same kind of toxic people, you ended up becoming a toxic person yourself. And yeah, there's definitely ways to change that. The first thing you need to do is to give yourself time to heal. Find ways to heal yourself. And the best way to do that is by giving yourself time away from any other relationship. Keep going to the next relationship. Once you're done with the last one, you need to take a break. You need to start thinking about the things that have happened in your last relationship, which gonna help you understand why. To understand why you were allowing somebody to destroy your energy the way they did. The only reason you are able to keep getting yourself in toxic relationship is because you are toxic yourself. So this video should be a wake-up call to help you understand exactly what the problem is so you could do something about it. On that note, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video to the fullest. If I've missed something in the process, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.